What's going on, everyone? It's MK2 back with another video. Had a couple of interesting service calls yesterday. I'm going to get into this GFCI in a minute, but I want to talk about these 100 amp home line main breakers. If you saw my last video that I posted on this channel, I replaced one of these. It's a video for a customer because he lived out of town, had a tenant living in the house, hadn't have to power go out. That one actually showed a little bit of signs of water damage, maybe some moisture got into it. This one here I pulled out of a house yesterday. It's dusty, but there was no sign of water in the panel. There's no sign to me that this thing got wet at all. However, once again, we have your inputs, no output on this side here. This crisscrosses on the inside here, so this side will become this side. Breakers on, and this side. No output. Now, I don't know what's going on here, but I've been installing Square D home line panels for 30 years. I've never seen this. The third time this year, this particular breaker, this 100 amp main for the Square D home line panel has gone bad. This one, no signs that anything went wrong. And it's pop riveted together, so you can't really take it apart without destroying it. So I'm not going to even attempt that. I do notice the play in the off position. There's a little bit of scratchiness that should be kind of a smooth hammer, and just a little bit, you pull it back. So I showed the customer. We tried to reset it before we decided we're going to replace it, because it's a $102 part, and it's the way I usually get these. Lowe's and Home Depot don't usually stock these. You have to order them, and it's like 98 bucks. Probably got 112 with tax, but I just buy the little sub panel, the little 100 amp sub panel. It's 8 space 16 circuit, exact same main breaker in it, exact same part number, and then I use the breaker out of that, and now I got a good sub panel that I can use somewhere else. So it's always good to have spare parts. Anyway, I just want to say, I don't know what's going on with this Square D home line stuff, but I've always installed these. I've always trusted them. This is the third 100 amp main. I don't know if anybody else experiences this problem. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you might be going on with that. Now, this is on to the interesting service call. I've been doing electrical work all my life. I have replaced hundreds of GFCIs. I've seen quite a few. I don't know if you can tell that the hot side of that's melted, whether it was just a bad connection, a loose screw, or just heavy use. This is labeled as a 20 amp, so branch circuit out. I go to the customer's house. It's a tenant. I'm working for a property company. I say, okay, what were you doing when the power went out? Breaker tripped and keeps tripping. Can't reset it. Shows dead short at the panel. They were using a hairdryer. It's okay. Well, we'll start there. That's what happened when it went out. That's obviously would be the cause of the outage of this outlet, probably. But I never even thought to check for continuity across the hot and the neutral. I've never had this problem. You tell me, have you ever seen a GFCI dead short because it overheated on one of the I've never seen that before. Here I am. I got every outlet and switch on the circuit pulled out of the wall. It's an old city house. It leaves the panel as knob and tube wiring. It's coming out everywhere as Romex except for the light fixture. So somewhere there's splices made. These old city homes, it's just stuff you have to deal with. So I'm in the middle of writing up an estimate for the customer for rewiring the whole circuit. There wasn't much on it. It was a bathroom circuit, dining room light, a couple other outlets, which we could have easily fed from the basement. The light in the ceiling might have been a problem because you got old plaster walls, you got a fish line. And it never even occurred to me. I said, you know what, before I get a customer this bad news, this is going to cost hundreds of dollars, let me go back and check that outlet again. It never occurred to me to put my continuity between the hot and the neutral, just because the screws are loose. You see that? Have you ever seen a ground fault come apart inside to where it created a dead short? This is the first for me. I've never. So as soon as I unhooked this from the circuit breaker stayed on, because this was what was causing the trip, and it's just something so simple. I almost cost this customer hundreds of dollars rewiring this whole branch circuit, because I've never seen that before. I didn't even know that was possible. I've seen plenty of these melt over the years due to heavy amp use, or screws not tightened properly installed, or what have you. This one actually has 4 screws on the back. Let's just pop this open. I haven't had this open yet. But if you want to hang out for a minute, let me see if I can actually turn these screws. Oh yeah. Let's open this up, see what's happening. Again, have you ever had a GFI direct short inside? I guess it's possible. I was going back. I went the first day to troubleshoot it, and I spent a couple hours on this line. I guess I pulled everything out that was on this circuit, and I could not find anything wrong. So I said, okay, well, I'm just going to do an estimate, and we'll come back and rewire the line later. But then I'm thinking, you know what? I come back later to do the line a couple days later because the customer agreed to the pricing, and it's like, it sucks, but this is what it's going to cost. But I was thinking to myself, why don't I try to look at that GFI a little closer before I decide? Yeah, sure enough, as soon as I unhooked it, breaker stayed on. Had continuity across. I've just never, ever seen that. 1 second. I should have loosened these before I started the video. I haven't had this apart. Not even sure it's going to come apart. Just get her spinning a little bit.
3900 Weber concrete.
Break this one loose. There we go. I've actually never taken one of these apart. There's all kind of stuff going on in here, all kind of springs, and this is one of the older GFIs. Maybe we'll pull this thing apart and see what's going on here. If we can. I'm not even sure how easily, even though there's screws, I'm not even sure how easily this will come apart. So, yeah, a couple of easy service calls. I mean, you're just replacing the ground fault. It took me a minute to figure that out. But, you know, I'm a pretty good troubleshooter, but I never even considered to check for continuity across. It just doesn't happen. First time I've seen it. That one's going to be stubborn. That's the one where the melt is. See if I can't break him loose out of there. Yeah, you can tell the screw got hot. It's different, you know. It's probably can't tell on the camera, but the metal's discolored, you know, as if it was heated up. Okay. Let's get rid of that guy. So imagine how happy my customer was when I said, "Oh, we just got to replace an outlet." Let me run down and grab one of those real quick. Let's get a seal right there. Let's see. Just cut that seal. Alright. I'm excited. Okay, front coming off. Let's see what happened in here. Where's our melt? Our melt is on the hot side. Ground fault. Can't say I see much. Let's see. Definitely melted. I can see the plastics melted on the inside. Oh. It grounded out on the ground. This would be grounded, right? So, here's your hot prong here. Looks like it got hot and just... I can see a little gap between the neutral and the ground. But yeah, that inner prong there is melted against the ground. Oh shit. Well, that is a first for me, ladies and gentlemen. I never even had one of these open. And I didn't know that this things were this close proximity to that center is grounded. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it's right up against there. Wow. You can see the deformed plastic. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but the plastic deformed underneath it and pushed it over to the left just a little bit. And wow, ain't that something? So tell me if you've ever seen that before, and be aware if you come across this problem in the future. I guess always do you get a dead short and there's a GFCI in the circuit. Remove your GFI and run a continuity test. That's definitely a new one for me. It is right up against there. You can see the plastic deformed and pushed it to the left and pushed it right up against centerpiece, which is your grounded piece, and yeah, that'll certainly do it. Wow, I can't believe they're made that way. I can't believe I've never had a GFI open. Never had the need. You know, they're melted. You're replacing them, man. Not like you're gonna make a repair here. I guess you could, but I would never reinstall this anymore. I guess I just broke it loose. Yeah. Let's see. Since we're gonna throw it away anyway, let's just pry that whole hot side out of there. Let's see where the output comes out of the top for downstream outlets. That's something. Yeah, there it is. Metal's arced away. See that? See all the black right there? That's the hot where it fused, causing a fused from hot to ground. Amazing. So, like I said, first for me. Tell me if you've ever seen this before. I don't even know electricians who watch this channel. This is my channel. I just throw random videos up over here, but yeah, that's the first hot grounded on the ground. Always check your GFIs, I guess. That's all I got for now. You guys take care. Have a good one. Stay safe in this crazy world. I know I need to make some update videos on my regular channel. I really don't. I'd rather do stuff like this for my mental health. I find this relaxing. You guys take care. I'll see you on the next one.